Enyume no sia bo follow Ghanaian se mo nyina jo sam mo akwa baba adom 106.3 asempa 94.7 Asante Mantam ye nhyira 104.5 we NAKET KASIEBO wo kwada enyumre de ne baba kenka de ma na ye som enyumre eye me nana ade mununkumene
obidum bie edu kumi enso de nam ne de edi mu akotene bi ene se panyini bi a waben paye e wo nwoma suamu wo de atodwa se GS fo munye twetwemu esan se abrakwa ba kwa wo wie bi si so hwendra da ya de abetomonten so acheche fo de o mase wo mo kwan mo bo apo no si asem wedi anu oden ehwemu nkoso
esofo won na hwe o man nwoma suansam so ne wadi atodwa kirem se double track system abanda da kwafa ba e no se de mpanifo de hye gu apno so enche tintontan ebetwam se twem kabia
iyokofo nso asaka wo hu bie wo mo se wo beka Washington DC yasi abranti kwa bi ade link bi kwato anu ade gin kwafo sika nom ne ade wo mo so mo baba wuram se surudo ye hwehwemu afa ho na wo awudi fo no emra ne wadi
kane pani ano no ne hwe enwomasuo asem so o mamu yewura ya adutwum ene ne wadi atodwa waka ni panye prefa se MPP fo hwe na nimu osansa flag bellership no wonu so gire mbawe
ese mi ka wo hu ne abo no bedade nam ena nwumre ne kati ene anuanom asempa 94.7 enkra kropo mu aha ene ebata a wo bepie mu abo fa no first street ya bo za drive from abroad atente no wo beduru ani atwa abo ha I love Jai. Ahaya ni ejina wo Asante Mantam wo Setutu Boulevard. Eje extension top high. Take ewo ene ewo injira 104.5 FM sukutam se bare tatwe. Me ade brewo na ye ayeso manwumre ebiom obidum ye edu kumi mene
nana ade mununkum na MTN simen kan tro se app no won sanka bia man sanka bio man sanka bi ntentem data na peso to credit na peso ya na mumu a eno aso wa use app no tentem ye titi mother range of products also akwafa ensamna ene eye washing powders papa ba eno with the senior ma enyoma no emu ye hwam eni ti esan ye fe enyoma de siesie adwae de siesie dem ejad ni nyina madafo adawroma omakofa bi dia ba supermarket sawodo o Ghana ba bia ubenya bia to fox mosquito coil enso aba wo beda no adaye pa de no na hia tontom no adura nwumre wo so besori o omo no efra no pa ne ba nyina no omo ade hwankro mo to anwumre na wo kofia o ba beda no omo so ba de ye besole enya blasma ye bagu osumtinom wo so nya fox mosquito coil ebekun mo nyina
anwumre ya se o ma sesa no za first no mo boy ye besore say o ma ye be ya madiachi winim say boss jo e koso obewe otai ai o mo nanu adabi o
edipa bio na mo na losen heba center no ne miensa e madie wo mema die wo ma no mo no bi na ahemfie ho enya kama na mema no so mo no de mo de no ebeboa ma mo mema yo no agira ne na so bawe DBS Industries enso na fe na ebe to 20 misre wo da na fe no wasie ana wo besi ana wasie wie da da boso wie na so no jode boss no awiabo a edane mutimu ye shit zafno no roofing na enye DBS for de no mo de ban 20 years warranty ye de ka ho de ma wo mpe we die na wo gie o wiase 2074 ye du papa kidney ade atete o liver ya de how mojaboroso how ya de bi atete wadro aye 2074 no bi ebeboa ma opom de ho nsam atumi agina na so pa Franco Trading Enterprise aye phones laptops ni computers papa fie 40% discount wo body aba enkwankwanche nkoto ya anom de eno no enye ko Franco honya ma papa entom tabia heba mixture yedu papa no bena nyahini ene hamama no makeka bom de yenti 3D ya de atete typhoid hawa wadro anom high sense everyday prices for everyday people and your medicine dem mafie ye fa ya konom wo makofa bi e dia bebo no wa tete so say ya ehu gas cooker blender washing machine jese ni nyina wo makofa bi dia ba Pepsodent cavity fighter enso ba twitwirusia no pane nyimre bebo ma se fa ya kono yhwam kasa bia dompa bia ubebom ama ho ato ene kasa ebo no Royal FM yedem Radio Fosu yedem Casmite FM yedem Okese FM jese babia ye hiti babia
ina Jataba FM ye jon how yes you dem FM hello yanko yanim na ya chance ye dia na agyan so we ba na nimu ya nanse ya kwa na wie ye ho na ya sha ase dia free basic education certificate examination BCE adesuafo wo sha ase free toto fefe ane ne babi ne ba kum ne ba teacher is a tambo na bokoko no tetambo na bo wo sua ya Awurade adom wo kwaduru ba bi a wotum se wo ho do pewe wo mfe anyinyini wo panso anyini enti o so otimi control school nti na agya ya se aboa no de agya kwa ye nya no kwa wo se wo tro nsɔhwe ne nsɔhwe no any a friend BECE basic education certificate examination na adura wode ba na wie ye no ye wo wa na wie ase amansa tentan kese ya di so nkomo na agya ya twintonto wo so social media ya yi adesuafo ne ba ko wo ba ya wo se wo adanse di te said wo kwa asore dem so nyame aye bi o mse na aka ni se mu adanse di etimpese me di hye Awurade di ani mo nyamo se di hye we di oba ya wo so adanse di o na vigilators wo ma mo hwe wo mo tro nsɔhwe no mpese o mu di e de hye o mani mo nyam na o ma fo se di hye wo se mo kɔ na ase a mo na vigilators na se man Awurade adom mo mabo adwuma pa ni ase mu apiafo e de be no mo ye ya to bisane agro na apose numa na atene kankan no se wo patia ye ka kyerɛw Awurade adom sɛ wa wonim sɛ so we ya ye twrei sɛ kɔba sɛ wobɔkrɔ no ne ye kye wa asɛm wɔ hɔ ɛna wonim sɛ vigilator wɔ boa so ma wobɔkrɔ no so no wɔ asɛm na so Awurade adom vigilator sɛ hyia wɔ mo wo ma ya ade adodo wo ma boa me abɔkrɔ no nti ampene wa ma aseda piesie ne ade mo ya mo ma ba so pia no ma fo si asɛm pani na pɛ no asɛm na asɛm wo kura de bɛka ni nipa sɛ wo tro so wa wie vigilator boa mo abɔkrɔ no nti wobɛda na se wo nipam na sa asɛm na ade aba fie na asɛm ne fie ɛna wakɔfa asɛm de aba fie na asɛm na panyini bia wapen pa ye wo ngoma sua mu ya friend Reverend Jonathan Bete wade abeto monten sɛ wodi panyifo nyam hwehwemu pa Ghana Education Service na asɛm na arokwa no bɛka sɛ nukuro bom sɛ nukuro nim kakra gban ye hu ba bia wɔse ade to asase ba bia ade to yamfa nto a efri to na ye tie wodi suani no na dance dia wodi ne abasoba wade ma invigilators a wone na sie so omoboa wo bɔkrɔ no
na enhye da nya de but you try your best you to make sure bibia ye kama and thanks to the invigilators almost so boy they ain't me be so almost so kan
enti no utia na sank wan chef invigilator na samanhia ye abrabom so mbuafo sebe wadane ya ikwache dus na woso abrefo weye bresuo ene wode ma wo monom ya teso mu komdwu wo mse fom na asemi no opanyini bete was wedi agitu mu enye yazaza oni mama mra won sa mamra oni mdia wo sede weye invigilator wonim se wo mu amakro no nkoso wadi sia kantam asa wohene so akana na bro kokotwea atafiri wabeke etiakoba ne sese wutimi ko bibise na ro akwa ba monten no obeka sansem we a na wo se hwemu mapa ekoso
invigilator, yes, it is condemned. It is not something that we will say that the person should go escort-free. We have to investigate. Ghana Education Service must come in, and if there is a truth or fact in that thing, sir teacher there, obey punishment. A wrong attitude. And to say, we a teacher, now we a sir. It means that you have not prepared your students. So students, but me can say, a teacher, where you see, more practices, the teacher was involved. A sad teacher is not a professional teacher, and the person must be punished. And the sad, you condemning. Ghana Education Service, by all means, will come out with a statement, and they have to investigate to get the truth of such behavior from that teacher of that particular school. It is the teacher who must report that students are involved in examination malpractices, and now it is the teacher who is practicing that, who is encouraging that. So your students should be investigated and be arrested, and WAEC will interrogate. But now it's a teacher. The students said everything went on successfully, peacefully, smoothly, and the invigilator was able to help them. So now, who is at fault now? It is a teacher.
Any I quit ye Reverend Jonathan Bete and no so cram one ferris obesu who so men ferris or the drobetaso. Sa Rokwane twenya kukudroba monte. So Baba Canadian is a no yamitin to Tronya labidu boom 18 Panifonia Mushemu and in another mono. And was ye can Asamoba. na se wo bi abokro no e won so hwemu ni ade no ye che na pe ubos wo panyini bi no atutu ne ntoma no afira akopodua wo afira nantuo dwabia nantuo bi no afira mo bi di wo afira me kosreda ubos na chache waka wote na se tinkwasa hwehwema hu anim no wa hwayomo te se kan tete dancing cry no atutu ne ntoma no aba wo ba ya wo ba be pa cho na no fa ase no no e na nya hwe na dua batabo ni twa etwana e na munyama ne nkat asotwe wase ade twenkrofo ne fa ntwe mo ya ntwe wo maso e ti akoba nsa na bi mutirimi o mo de esa so munim se asem kra ba wo kobokro no wo nso hwemu ana wo boa em ye bokro no ne ye chena kukurodwa ekukure ne de akwahwe fo se podwa enya de be ko ba bia denche ne de akwatwuru ba bi din nti waso we de asotwe de ano ne te center dokono ye fanya dwuma na nyense na ho
examination more practices are you bet me stop it in any part of West African countries or especially in our country Ghana, provided the necessary steps are taken, the necessary actions are taken against whoever is involved in that. If Ghana Education Service did not compromise, WAEC did not compromise, Ministry of Education did not take it for granted, we can curtail or we can stop these practices in our schools. Meaning that if you are a student and you are involved in this, the measures that will be taken against you should be applied devoid of whoever or where you are coming from or whose family you are coming from. We can stop it. If we cannot stop it, we can reduce it. Parents should also be involved in training or disciplining their wards before they go in for examination. And the schools, the heads of the institutions, must also make sure that they educate their children against examination more practices. And guidance and counseling teachers in all over the schools must be up and doing. They should not be in the classroom.
Any equity ye panyini bi a wapepa ye wangu masuamu oye educationist. Ye friend Jonathan Reverend Kennedy hu bete ena ate se wo kirem no na esa asem tiawa wa sisa se kan edaba maso na de kire panyini no anwane a de kire kora bo nwane eti se panyini bi ye mfomso ye nsemfo na se bi antwe na so a ebe da akora no so wa Fanicilius ama asem bi wa watimi de nani ade twenti mu nsem eno no
yanto aso ewo enhomasuanim na nim se enkoda wie suku yi ene ebinom ahyase kasafa ho na medukọ memra se badwafie abayoko ayapa wo mo se omanhumasua ene wo mo ntena so chesa bibia ni a wona adan kakrakra wei committee on education na panimpa won na da no Peter Kofinuchu ene odi atodwade adesrade kwa ma ba tan se hwe enkura no awie suku se no wo mo twan akopem se wo mo so hwe na wo mo kwotworoye no ehun sunsuanso beba ensunsuanso ne ba wi a suku kura akura ne bekọ no ne sunsuanso na ekire entuwe ne mprempren omo free period eno no wo bia de ba duopa bia ne no pene de afutuo akwa ma ba tan sa ba tan akoda wawie JHS so betimi atoa so akọ SSA ejina wo so sanse enkoda ne betena fie se bi mpraduasa ma ewom nyame afafie a wo mo resource mra no na bia dan ya ba tan eno sare he wo kosuku enyeye emranti ewom so no uhunu no no aye area boga area mine ene gang leader takum chese wotwe na ntwe suku no nya de obekọ bi na so no ekobasa ba tan no epa adwuma twotwopoa bi mankoda ye ene makonie gikotom ene ko bi nie gikotom ene ye widie de sokodua no otonton ebeboa mankoda no nya de asasu ni ba no wado ohu behyem na Peter Kofinuchu ne se mo de to dwane enti
under the control of teachers, so parents must engage them seriously in activities that will not make them idle. Otherwise, they will fall prey to all manner of social vices, and that can jeopardize their future educational. Parents will have to make sure, as I said, that they engage them gainfully. If you are a trader, you take your word along to your post or market or whatever you are, whatever business you are doing, you engage them in activities that will make sure that at all times they are engaged and they don't have leisure or idle hours to be wasting about. So that is one major way of helping them not to fall victim to social vices, as I said.
ne kan Peter Kofi Nochu wɔn na etitena ni edema abadwako a yapa wɔ memra se badwafie se wɔn hwɛ na enwoma so ahonsam ene ɛwɔn tutu bibia na no di sem na te na owie ye ɛna wɔn akasa be de akyire Joseph Kwame Kuma enso kasa ye ɛna ɔno so kyerɛ mu sɛ abatan wedi adabraka ewom se ne nua panyina kane nyina na so mikobi manka bi de ene wankokora ankeye abatan ma wani nkonkoda no ho papa ene ya wawie suapo we kora de di kan yom afa no obekọ akesiem akwa akesiem etikete mampole we se enkora no entimi anya na afa de mobile phones social media we bekọ so akwa hwehwe nkrofo akwa eniam bi ensem fata wo kyerem se ebe ha adwene penti abatan ne se die asodie no afira kyerɛkyerɛfo no so mo so na abeda
as I say, my new Colano, my young German Adajamo says, Sibio, a nuclear and a Yaja, much to say, Sibi, and more, as I say, a need a support. A new I feel no will be I feel no will be any appointed wrestling who be found out when you daddy. That's it, Yamano. Young Janadan, New Chin, young Tintin, some other, obey Penny. Mapa amagana na nkwala no so no mayen yesa emenjamu adekwante yensa yesa njamu no se endeni muru boni abawiase uhu biso wokita se drink biso ka eneni na na drink sa tra omulo wa si dino red bull tramol ni se kwa matiso mu kunya ya friend sen super glue ni na
panyina yete ne nkan abadwaku akọ memra hye badwafie ayapa a wo mo ene hwe enwomasua eso panipa be de akyire Joseph Kwame Kuma na no disem na wotie
ADOM 106.3 and Yan Masepa 94.7 in 104.5 NAKET KASIEBO and one yegusu a yabedi ma ono na de one wakoba ni se omo madwuma be sore pa wo mayimu e virgin breakers
okay
ai wona na ntentem wa wo kwa adwuma wo beba no wabupu nani wo ba no wobetini na ntem akwa wasesi a munya nkwada no mu manye mu nkwada na che munya nkwada no
munya mo
ai no munyiro kwa KASIEBO akonkontiba we you emra nza so ma na abu wo de yakọ ni ma yakọ mamu brahye bedwafie no mamu brahye bedwafie ne wo sofo hwa amane ene ne nsa wo so die mo nsam so Samuel okugye to abra kwa wo kopie mu wo ho wo kwa ye no wasiga no mapanyin John Dramani Mahama agonja de konkra ya wote ya ijata nwoma so wo de ato nani mu se ensem bi ekọ so Washington DC America brochimemu Donald Trump kwadwo Trump ni kurom na ekoba sa Ghana ni di hye bia wote ho wonya ye kwan wo sa ye ho ye brebu so so mpafe nam sa Ghana de hye o mkope passport no nkro ba na wono ankasa wa create link wa bobo link na to e bo na ni se pre na ne wo ko internet ne so a se wo ko Ghana ye embassy o se hwan ne internet ne so a wo bo se bo na ni pre miamani wo do se komia so na de ko baabi ebe wiase ne adu sika bi agisika na aya asa ekoto wo man futuom na ekoto ankrankra futuo bi mu ememu nsam be ye deja eno kra nam so mo wosoafo no na enu mu awo kwa America brochimemu Washington DC a adabampono krado se kuta ne de tienie watoto apono ni nyina mdo so obi ankonkotene fi aban be remesi apietu sin de mes no ba hwemu dia fa asem na asem ne yokofo aso mo yesi ma panyini ahye sa asem ne mpia so te de to da me se de be economic and organized crime office iyokofo oba bibi ma fifi ma dudum te se de adwabo tatia ne ehu ne so na se ye ntia sika 4.8 million beautiful chopable enya Ghana cedis o enya euros enya CFA francs we dollars wo bi be se dollars yo 4.8 million dollars ena se se ye hunu mampanyini kirema yokofo nyenhwemu
by analysis made by the audit team, the fact-finding team, which is a team, as I've said earlier, made up of distinguished senior diplomats, management of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Mr. Frequatin was making $4.8 million annually from his unlawful enterprise. It is important to emphasize that there was no share of this amount to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Given that these are funds that were derived from unauthorized operations, it has become imperative to invite the Economic and Organized Crime Office, IOCO, and the Attorney General to investigate, trace the proceeds, and prosecute Frequatin and his collaborators, as instructed by the President. Mr. Speaker, I'm glad to inform you that the ministry has promptly done. The investigation also revealed that the Auditor General's office had raised concerns about the embassy's operations and financial management some 2 years ago. Specifically, the audit findings highlighted issues with procurement practices and financial accountability, which seem to have been ignored or inadequately addressed.
Oswafo Ram na nsa wosudie won samso wo mai Samuel okuje to abrakwa no no mai mu mrahye bedwafio mu so na se sesansa fa de wo de kire na de infenti ena awrakwa wode ne kokko no mo maso ji wo mra no mekirem se ye ntia sa no ma ni nyina da ko so eno ene wo ko ya wo koyi nsema no na wo wie na ranking member wo gina o ma foreign affairs yi committee no Samuel abugina po enso se na ni okuja to mikuta abodu emesumi wo bi ka secretary madam manum wo se hwemu ni de da for the
past 2 weeks that the ministry announced that the embassy will be reopened, the embassy was reopened but was not functional. There was no delegation from Ghana that got to Washington. Rather, the minister assigned some members from New York to go and take charge in the Washington embassy. And this has caused a lot of Ghanaians in Washington. The devastation, the challenges, the issues, the hardships going through to get visa and passport. The Speaker, let this be on record. Thank you. That the decision to close the embassy has caused Ghana more and more harm than good. And we are becoming a joke in the eyes of the public. Thank you. Thank you. The Speaker, we must put that on record.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any I could see a Samuel Abugina power no a ranking member Emma Foreign Affairs Committee and artists were this summer to Jana Chama and Ancaso Mulele Talantula artists were no and a committee in Wadano Alfred Oko Vanderpoint. Now, Panini Vanderpoint, so there's some to John Watchroom essay. Woman shall say, O Mubetmia Alpha Commiassan, and I saw a baby a church. I will bet me a church and I'm on Womet Miakoye. A two way there. Our quest are consulted in attendance so good when Yana Waka, or Wadina Nobiso Sekabo, and I'm on 2 miles to Muntuno, and I'm not going to pay to a Tawachi.
Leading to the closure of the Washington mission. One has no doubt but to conclude that the minister did the right thing. The minister saw a route, rose to the occasion, took the necessary steps, and corrected. Mr. Speaker, the country voted to reset this country. And when the people spoke, they spoke and gave the mandate to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his appointees to correct corrupt practices, whether in this country or abroad. And that is what the minister has done. The minister's report cannot be, no individual of this house should support this practice in any of our missions. Our students just left here. And if our children heard this report and we stand to defend it, please. If we say we support the minister, then let's support him all the way. We cannot.
Any I go to a penny pa, who could be more member Brashabia Fallen Affairs Committee, one and a dan or penny Alfred Oko Vanderpoint. And artists what they some to another young going.
And yeah, Kumiati a ministry no, a ministry Hamado na and so for home and Monsieur Samson, for her Drisu, and the friends and Trofo in essence and Trofo Mumra, minimum Sankaya and a central for you yet. And yeah, and central for to say, young in Ayakoye. Now Yakoy no penny say. Besa ebusumi nsia kwa nsunia aban a mampani John Dramani Mahama eda no ndisi ababa ye enioma pa wo moaye efa enwumasua honom wo ba bebirifi Ghana fo na yatena se Ghana fo betiagi sesi ye so ye ne ateame ema Ghana fo nti ye magini ekoka nkyere Ghana fo ene yesi ate wo pani ni kasa no kire mu se mampani John Dramani Mahama wa bra na wɔbɔ ntoa no kora wɔyɛ n'adwene sɛ wɔba wɔde nhyehyɛ pii no abɛgu apono so ɛnkanka yɛ nwoma sua ho nsɛm mu ɛne ɔba ya ɛne ɔde ɛyɛ initiative pafo kakraka te sɛ paano eba ye enu atudin big push na sa big push no bibia hyemu bi enwomasua hyem kyese bibia ne senti mapani John Dramani Mahama say watwa sika $10 billion $10 billion ya sika no ene sa ye SHS wo maimu secondary school senior high schools no ye de ko na babia wo mo hia adan aban kosi bi aka ho ebi wo ho adan no aban dada ne hyase wantumi anwie ne nyina omo ko complete ne nyina na ne nyina so kirem sa aban hye guapro so free senior high school double track system wa aban dada na na do ko akufo adom pani dada ko fa ba ye no wo kirem sa panifo de hye gu apono so wo betwam tinton tantinya fe na everyday be so na bi agina na yellow aso na bi da so gina ho na green fo ne ko mu na green fo na ba fie na tese na enwuna wo se dabi enti na ban atwa sika 10 billion wa wodi besi adan na double track system no ye ne to nkwanta ye bepai
to commensurately prepare for their admission into institutions of higher education, that we may suffer a deficit of infrastructure. So I've made a strong request to the President to make the Ministry of Education and some of its agencies on infrastructure to qualify for his big push initiative so that rapidly we can build some infrastructure, expand lecture theaters and accommodation to accommodate the increases from the free senior high school initiative. Now I know, ladies and gentlemen of the press, you would be urged to ask me questions about double track. Yes, we promised to end double track, and we will. In fact, this year, just this morning, I engaged with the team, Director General GES, Coordinator, Free Senior High School, Chief Director, and the other directors at the Ministry of Education. So we are piloting 50 to 60 private schools. They will be part of the school placement system. So hitherto, they would have gone there as private students. Now they will be sponsored by the state, but trained by those private schools in order to have access to free senior high school.
We ayaswafo abo maimu anwumasua ho nsem mampani John Dramani Mahama de asaneza oromanyafo haru na idrisu ne na atia na wo ye wa menaso a na wo kirem se yekan enuane enkoda ne di ne sukum wo hu hia pop sanse ya furupan yemfa nsa ban enkora ntimi nkosua 1 2 3 saa na no sabi enuane enkoda yi die enyenyenyenyenye dabi se die odi atuwa se abide nhihye egu apono so enuane enkoda ne bedie no enja quantity bio na mmom ebe quality.
In our manifesto that there will be no centralized purchase and centralized allocation of food, and that we will dedicate it to CHAS and to the heads of institutions. Since December, that is what we have done. I have at least almost through GES released more than $500 million to them, but we are not satisfied with the quality of the food they are sharing. In fact, one evening, I had to, I'm not necessarily a WhatsApp person, so the president had to ask me for my WhatsApp, so I'm now on WhatsApp. So I went getting some WhatsApp to receive a poor quality gari and palm nut served by a school. That is not acceptable. And in terms of quantities, I've even asked the internal auditor of the Ministry of Education to move around the country and give me an audit report. We are engaging with CHAS so that we share it. They will do perishables, the Embarker Stock and Community Exchange can do the grains in the right quantities. So we are negotiating and discussing with CHAS. It is not necessarily our wish, but we have a duty to ensure timely, adequate availability of the food.
Asam na we ya no we ene soafo a wono ene hwe oman nwumasua nsem soom onomanyamfo Haruna Idrisu utimi sa enu ya no pani no Yankopon what's up afin wo ba so za
nwanwa obi ana ne bro wode tu ana mo
ndi emum
ai dia ye dia
be MP be
ya de ye nko anim adum 6.3
me na mi bisa
ye wa bisa obeyi ano ai ye dia ni anu masempa 94.7 ja 104.5 ne ye kan ya ase ye bi mu nwanwa ne yi ze dia bibia ayi o technology na ne ye de ne namu a ne ade a chese ya se efre bibi digitization and digitalization no nkro ba ehun nsama ya de nambi ene sanke atie maimu yi anke yanim kwasi kokode oye ne woni krom esanse so brekokra na so akokoni ni ede ena de obi die ne fie ye no so ese wo bi fie etinke atie ye die nku yi ya sori enya putonsu bi yadi ana se yenya wogo bi ana se bia yenya ayimanka fufuo ene rororo nkwan na mbre kakra bom mole kakra bom kotodwe kakra bom na chese nami yadi no empefrete se prema ni enkwan no na nkase ba ne ba ma danke enti ho panyin sam da sabiam nya turumutu anka Ghana hanke de kwan afa di embrada ne amene yase di ada ne fene enti ba ma bitimi sore wotimi ka se me kodo me yonko ba ma nyame bo ada mani vo ande wotimi ka se me pada ma Steve wo ba bi so timi ka so no ne kon no ba ma etu ono de opefa wo fa hyehye tu ba kwana ko ba besia wo ba ne namu pa na ne yonko ba nsa hwa wo ba ka so wo konkotopo ade yase e fra ne LGBTQI+. Say lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer. And then one crowd about say plus. Will be to make us a condo cramine. Craman and person water no. Do you love me? Craman say, wow, was my wedding? I don't do a diabetes wedding. Will be to make us a condo dear. Will be so great to make us a memory. Her margin man come or ba. And I'm a baby, maintain young economic me or ba. No, I quote, no, I civil near Queen, a quani be a baby near the Madia Shishim. Will be so your banny. I done will be to say, me who is saying, come here, you dear. It in be to say, dear, will be at Kamacha. So, you know, one test and I tell you, I mean, I could hear more mamma brush with the fear and bra. What penny by quiet, then the quack few a woman, as a near beer. Kasiepa justice then is a joy will copy move veteran and a jay beside and some now again once and some new PM or penny casafa.
I shall not be impartial irrespective of the persons involved. So once you put up on your judicial cap, you must bear in mind that you must perform in accordance with the judicial oath that you have taken. So to me, if any matter is brought before me, whether it is same sex, whether it is whatever, when it comes before me, I will look at the circumstances, the law, and I will give effect to the position of the law, without being influenced by my faith. Otherwise, I will abdicate my seat as a judge. The African court is worse. You know, African court, we handle only human rights cases. These are some of the cases that come before us. But when they come, we handle. We don't put on our faith, because if we put on our faith, then the time may come. Every religious sect would insist that I should have a judge on this panel. Otherwise, if a case comes, I will not get what I want. That should not be the position. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
We had the course where Mamum Brashabia, Emra Justice Daniel Ejay, our way to Mwafua, Mampania Power, as one copy mu, I was in Yabia Cassie, woke up him, Mamum Brashabia, Natis Woodrum. So I am running for, was as we did in so a Rubabia was washing a chasm running for it, as some near the Batua, washing kicking watch to Nevanasua, baby, I'm running a cack when I want to walk out when I mean, and a penny be a Brabia one and a Ghana school floor, one and I heard swore. A lawyer and Sasar friend as what is my Baba to Jan was who open you didn't see. Nesam now walk on the dear, and I'm no quamu paying, yes, I say, so shall Bramupa, dear. Was some and country a woman to baby and Brano one, and why and I was all done with each other.
Same sex marriage, you know, issue there, a coming one, yes, a human right. So, na a body, Yankupon, and our boy, and a bilum, na, idea, you did to me assistant, idea, and what will a bilum process, a bonsam be baby, my papa, a boy, a dear, a boy, and all bano, none can be annoyed or by obedu viateno, and Nani Bema, Nanaji, Jinaso, Inji, Anado, or Fanny Yonko, Bema, Na, Oneno, Akoda. What is one kind of true? Only idea court between a sacra, and ɛnyɛ ade a mmara betumi asakra yɛ betumi aka ne sɛ tabi otafra kyɛ obi ne yire ɛwɔ dan mu no mu yɛpuru a yɛnni enti ɛnyɛ time yɛsɛ ɛnyɛ nwu a ɛnyɛ offense the moment a wɔn bɛyɛ ɛwɔ petee mu no it becomes an offense.
Lawyer answer no na atiye se wo kirem se de keko ekoso wo mafo da mu nyina da nanka ehunu a ena lumba bo na nwom wo se sanka tututu a enka wiase baji gingim ka na ma beti pe utu za tututu sa enti ani ehu anya tan antoma katade so eno ma hihye suma se na ni nyina da emu no ene ane mbranifo ba koso twetwe nkomo ye friend lawyer kwaku pensere no se ade anya na nye so kanka ya ma henka nwie sanseven ni kwase so bo mamu ahwe yanka ni wachi a wo se agro ye de na wo oboza obaba ma no aba wona ma obozo wo chacha nto tse da boda bokopo ba bi ato mebo ka afim kra metua ade o se bese me so ba na sase mu ye ka ne se wo se eduru ba bi a yemfa mra ne nto ba bi nya se ye to atwene kra o na mom eni kwase so se de be ya enkofu men enkoje ye nsema ne nkofa asemu ma
ni ansa challenge agin me just the stage agin see there society and nipa na ye wo society mu no erade obo wiase no onere wan se wiase odi nipa sa de nipa anye dem ondu omanu me minim de the mason ya working in the way boya wenim dia we kracha awode to manama bi hu kwan anami metumi ni won ya agin see there ekwa back ekwa chira UK United Kingdom the men they have vanished strict laws there are scientific studies in where would they the mission buying a gay as in Libya in you no ayakono one the man one bra was the man now. I know the argument and see I will not go through that argument. But let me tell you that what country be armament and Mbra ana anyambra azibaye hihye anoye hihye oni de bi na wo ya pa abagwafo ye do ko parliament abagwafo no asebe aba wo kel na wo wia dodo aye sabaka no one na say wa dwene yakọ de ye de ma bi mbra obayambra
eni ayekoti ye ayambranifo aye friend say lawyer kwaku pesre ina atres wo de nsem atudwa no se sebe wo ho ade bi ho a ni kwase so ai wo so from abone so a ene ja eyihwa intina ade anya no ye fampem ho na ne enka no pepin na asem fa na asem nko ai inti ai ade ye nko ye ne
ene
menka bi ye nko ye ne ai move on
abusuania we are moving on na ena yetewa na nam framam asankafo ne bi ahyase ebo wo hwene se adade na ase de na aba ene wonam kwan wa hu ne se 225 cities eni aje wona che 2.25 no na tietia DVL fo ade abatudwa ka kira senkafo nyina se wo mede mra bia ba sa mra no ye kyew se enhihye a wo mede ato apono so emu ba kokura wudi ho fa ene asika ebejew no 225 Ghana cities ene e babejew na enhihye no ebinie ye kyew se wo ye senkani na ehyen na wo ka no to me krata ekita wo amofred license no wo de ne fake 220 okay 225 Ghana cities ye bechew eno kwada nchen wo ka na wo twie no wo nyamie ni mama ka no atete aprapansam chese utim za ka na we na ache awe na ache enso no trotro wo de bo trotro no so ye chiwa sika kro no ye bejew eno kwada nchen wa wo twisen no to me krata ni ekita wo no ewu unkwa renew wo so ka ho seat na nipa teso passengers eteso no utim se seat no ayefin ebi de akora tete eno so no DVL fo se obo betie sikwa so yehu a se sika no wo so utua bi eno kwada nchen wo ye senkani na wa kasa sit bet no asai na boho na sense ho sa kwa wo so ye chewa wo beje wo so a wo twi esen no a wo de atumi krata no ni bi kura wo so ye bechew afe cars ni bi wo ho a light ni bi nya adwuma obi wo ho a trafficators ade ba ne ba no enya adwuma entino wo ko bankum a eno aso wo bu azim no na ko no wo ko nifa no wo bu azim wo na ko no wo so ye chewa ye beje wa wo ta ya awe wo so ye beje ka ni bi wo ho a e wo se fa 4 seat pesemi nkum nya sika ni brenti asenkafo na atimi kreti no ma ye no 5 seat eno so ye beje mo so so a mo kwa na makwa ayi we krom kan say customize won esa no ano no customize
no de na officer kan no
number plate no
custom made
on the guso
custom made
very good and here ni nyina made eno so ye chiwa esika kro na ye beje ena adum kasi ye se da bi ye betie simne ne asenkafo kwa hodo wo membodi nkomo na ye hyase free GPRT fu akache na panipa be de kiro kase mo ye Samuel Mwa ena ni adum kasi akase no kire mze ade DVL fu ye no won peso o mo kire o mo nsagu o mo achi etwa kontomo fo o mo num ewie ede echese ensu a enwunu guso ekun wo mo kire mse nhyeide nkaye o na so adie kotobekun ma enyenyenyenyenyenye
Francis Kennedy, a woman said, almost a ma, as I'm for Eddie and Brani, so. But oh, share a near ma, on my list from A to Z. Actually, say a beer or driver, Obefuma, naturally say, Yedo, Yakoko Joe Sabona. Ubi some imagine Chira, na it's like they are being harsh on us. Why am I saying this? Yawanyama who do be brave, why, Yesu say, SSA, a mining to me do Hujuma at the mine. Normally, you say cars being more and you're roadworthy, But the Misa say, Quine and Casanso, Yensu, and Namsonan Casana, is those roadworthy to be used, and on a day, no more car at the Afaho. And Benin say, Utu Edina Moafo, no Utu Momon and so forth. So much in the Yomaniama in Guaquemu, I Yomudia. Let's say, and Yamabe, Nomadia Guaquema, and Ebe Boama driver ni ehun tochima wasani amani nyina ho enti to us ne de susu say yes for the past time nyina no mo ba kwan so be ru checks ne de kika aka ho but this time around the omode ba ne de ade a ede or how any atete the bebre ashenkafo we are not saying say ma yen check ashenkafo but the omode ba ne de to me it is too harsh
ene nukurani sakas ndo ha wofro pa ne nkanka ensu oto afanyinam wusi fa afom wankeye wusi fa afom ankeye
ebi atoda
oh yes
wo de na de ensu oto a wotekam na ebo wana se de ya na ka na se na tete a ensu oto na etwa tete good trousers mu
true na my experience
ebi ato
ba ko ne de na mete wings window ne ho ya wings na esoro ho na tu ena asari na achi ena me she white ena di so no gu ena me say me hunti me see form no
esa wo say adrot is anontin o asa de wakọ na asa so ya ba no
oh experience very good
say e bia me da ena ade ya na ka na ase na tete no me kan wo bi kan na ma ne hunu ya ase na tete no wo be su bonzo trousers na say time and batik for fan e chawa tete bi odana enkra ebi nkoye wa
they hear say engine dem how mutu etu asa
na we dem ka so me de adwuma de a
no be chew ya
ka na montre na em say ebeka ayi esnipe ebeka
oh David
Africa de cars if you at all
very good we there arena achi
ezu oto na ateke hwe obi o ahwe obi beka sa branchen kwa wadwonso ezu no beka se
na
trotro force I say oboti force any ovely force any walking time point we trotro force
na kumi eno no senyame amwa na se omo sa de nyoma gu boot na se boot no emu ansentimi antuye na omo kyekira na to de na ho
no so agrade
eno so efekeke e change the movie
ena sa ka no so ya na mate for no mo say ni duster
dabi eti ebu wakuwa
we free for we dey head house
na opani Samuel am wakasa wie ye ena ye ni titina ni de ma concerned drivers association Pauli su di nkomo eno akire mu say wo mo de nkan ha mu na nso no aban ba be bibia na se chese wo ba be di dwuma bia no afre ashenkafo nkabom komumra we ne ebe yo entino mosomo mfa ma adwene mra se ni sense enso di o kirem se empanimfo amfre wo mo nim ho maache de omuti ya ni bum ade na benti wo tu kirem se we de ebe ya kampanimfo twensan yansa no wonfra shekafo enkabom kompanimfo ene won susu ansa no de beba wo de aba
na abeba ko a me ye hu aba we hu ne se niam eya is too much na o ma hwe ni na drama fofofo ma wo ye hwea enye ye bio chese nenia oni onipa ebe ya bia o be fre wo mu nyina na mo masia na mo susu hu ebia na oka wo mo ka kire mu afie nsa na wo mo be fre drivers union so ne na sia na wo ma ye sentutu ye no ye nim sabande da na okona na me bisa de da kwa ma nka wo ba be ye na nso wo mo ne obi anhie ntin ye no so ye mante sa tse ne ya wo ka kire mu enti sabande be sase na obeye sa de na enokwe wo mu ne se enipa na wo de sa mra na ibi duom ehihye ne sen ono na susu hu matrasi da wo mo ba ku sisen atra drama fo no atra ka wo na fo no eno ne ade ehie hu na ye 50 preko pe na wo de mra na ba mra de mra bebre wo wiase a yem fa nye adwuma na nso se dutam na wo de be adwuma enipa na wo de wo mo be adwuma no ese wo de wo mo hia na mo susu hu na mo hu na mo na mo tua fa ho enti se mo de be ko road e de akoye adwuma road so na mo de atake adavese a ese mo ma hu se enipa na ye no mo ko ese ne ma no ye ni se wo desna akasa be hia na bo wo de wuro aye won titi ansa na de na fi abonten
we titena ni edema Concerned Drivers Association Pauli wono so na chese utim se
anto enka wasa ban ka kire se
ye ba chimutimo mo amu ye be chimo
ana ko mu fiska nto ana se omonye mi
no enam Jesus akobusa wo mo
Jesus aban be ebe ka kire se bo seat belt uni se ena ni e ka no soro uni se emra wo ho a e wo se trotro bia no tena se wo se seat belt wo mu tena se awabo
trotro
ai
private car na trotro
me se trotro
ye de ni bia na se abruchi
na de hen bi
ma hello ni
de bi na public transport ena ye de
US de no mo kan
so mo kan brofo ntina ye ba ye de ni bia e bi du anya adwuma
opede wo
ai ti se trotro wotena ma na nka wo seat belt
obani akunya wo te so kura fom ni so wote dade so pese ti abo
na de ba ko a me pene se unsa ofro trotro pa na se obi si on ana wusi na nipa no ase obi o ma ya no mtia no ya na obi mpese o be sore esi foma mo aba twene ho sei it wo twene ho sa na do nan e foto kromo pa na se akonya na wani mo no se dade ni tiu na ho na etwa na mo bia suwe na mo je ba edetu
edepa
wori ya fancy
na fine no so ya yi o 225 Ghana cedis
ai ena yi e hwa kra de ka say osmafo po wo so ya de bank wani mtia na
enso ya se
wo ya de pa 200 fa be pa pa ya prawada
enso ya se
wo
sit bet ndi on be chi o
ja titati ni nya ho wani ai o munya ide o mo ye no
ena mo se ayifo no a wono no ne traffic gate na nya adwuma enti okobo nkuma hu okoni fa hunu aso atiasim no wo muso betua bi
ne trotro for na wo yi ne sa no wo ba wo
wo no ye be chiro mo pa obi se be chiro 1 line
wo mo brofo ni it's my 10
edrum so
edrum so yi ne sa it's my 10 yes ono na kwa ye go YouTube wo manfo bi adwenche ye monitor na fe ye nko yi wo manfo a wo maso ya sene no Alaska Alasan dia wo de aba we ye kalala Alasan dia wo de aba ni o se fantipem fantiman MPP wo che wo mo pa sanso na Kofi Parliament eso de ne dia ba no se bibremu ebeko ye ni na nakosa eso dia wo dia ba wo se mranya adwuma wo se mranya adwuma na na je kwade eso dia wo dia ba wo se mehwe mo hani wo obno region tran mansini nu emu ho na mehwe mo edi afri sanso na we so dia wo dia ba ye wo se your friend Sofu Pet TV ne dia wo dia ba wo se we your friend drive incubator ana se drivegator die zuo otima na zuo bo no wo se drive incubator ana drivegator it's no every new honka a man for the message by what be at that
Olivia so dia ba o say hey you guys are killing us this evening how are we killing you
I don't
understand that part
kule when are this can ba
you are killing them me I'm not part
then you are killing me softly yengo bubade ne yengo na
any when yamubo so yenko MTN semen kan tro se app no ma sanka bi na data na peso to mumu na peso to na credit na peso to enu ano no o dali emwa intino use app no ne ko anim madam so ensam na ne washing powder de siesie adwai de siesie dem ene chese bia wo mo de aba Ghana supermarket awodo nyina ubenya biato Fox mosquito coil enso aba wukofi anwumre ya wusi fomwa supermarket na wonche wona bia antema nsa tutu kokko no na me kan tobi entententen de koso na ntontom ene mo wankase ni wo mu a wa adwen sa nwumre wo be haw no wo so ho mo bi Lawson Herbal Center nuro no aye kama pa emema de ni se correct emema ni di ho adanse e kane no ema na e kan emema ba de sa no mu nyina te sister we de I'm very sorry to disappoint you enye nyina na ye tesa de okofa ye na
nipa man o mkasa o mu nchi African na nka wo wachi African ena wachi akwa mi kuli no ai
kanka se mema abasa ni nyina ye tie
anka ka ba ka yengo Olympic Games kule no so wasre ai sa no tie so menka
okay. Enti anya yakọ enti emesra Lawson no mu pebinom wa beti na DBS Industries the roofing sheet papa ba enti mpatokọ ne ma bi ntom enye ekwan ho de ni bia no wudi kokuri dan so emfie ba ko mfie mienu na eni anwan na tututu ntokro nso mu na ya no ahyase yesu debi ko DBS fo ne ma papa ntom type bia kala bia size bia ni nyina ebi wo ho a ubenya bi 20 years warranty ya de mam container 74 eyedu papa kidney yade tete liver yade ha mojabro so tete wa wadru no baby no saso na Franco Trading Enterprise phones laptops ni computers papa wo me na kofa de about 40% discount and that's why na so CCTV camera no correct pa yanom de no chekromfo no di so zoomi eno no be zoomi wo hwe na nim no unhu de so Franco de no uzoomi wa zoomi na nim nie high sense everyday prices for everyday people and you me say fie me fie ya kono ye nikam ni na makofa bi ade aba twutwurusia no pane anwumre na eduro no eba ko Pepsodent cavity fighter eno na nwumre me bo ho dawuro dia ma o sepebi ebema asen ya den ya fa ya kona yhwam kasa bia dompe bia obetimi abom
adai ye ko na ayi mame sa ati profo yon unse sa eduro na aka no Lawson de no wo ye oba na wura be ma dem na ususu wanum bia nesa agrobe de eti wa chance wo do me no ba kru nesa adwempa woni trim na se wa she kubu no sa akọbọ se ho o ba ti pe
ase o ko do hre mi
for ambulance ejuma da hotel ai yango eni mema no nunu bi yenye 3 points obidum ye edu ku mine
nana ade munonkum
Bradu wo bufu papa
mo esi popo
na kwasi chumo bi na adwuma kro o ka se oba gugu ni minim sei ai we ai ko bi ai oba bi di atemse enko ai turi e fezio